Good evening. I am deeply grateful for the opportunity to speak here this evening. A very warm welcome to our newly appointed Consul General, Gerald Angley. I hope you're enjoying your time with us. You have a busy time ahead, as you can tell, and as well as Deputy Consul Generals Katie and Roisin. A very special welcome also to our distinguished guests, Andrew Hoyan of Invest Northern Ireland, Aidan McKenna of Enterprise Ireland, and Maria McNamara of Irish American Partnership. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to Patricia, Neil, Mary, and the entire Irish America magazine team, as well as my dear friend Mary Ann Wright for the gorgeous introduction. As Irish America magazine celebrates its 40-year anniversary this month, we are honoured to share in such a momentous milestone with Patricia, Neil, and the entire Irish America community. Congratulations on this remarkable achievement, a testament to 4 decades of storytelling, connection, and pride. It is a true honour to stand here this evening representing all 50 of this year's Wall Street honorees. Congratulations to you all for your commitment, expertise, and excellence. I'm also delighted to be joined by my very supportive husband, Michael McGuinness, better known as Guinea, and many of my dear friends also. As Mary touched on, our beloved Wheaton Terrier dog, Jim McGuinness, he had the tux ready, but Mary let me know it was a full house, so he couldn't join us this time, I'm sorry to say. Standing here tonight among the Wall Street 50, I am reminded that ambition brought us to this room, but purpose will decide what we do next. I'll be honest, I feel the weight of my task here this evening due to the magnitude of this occasion, due to the remarkable keynote leaders who have stood here over the years, and of course, due to the incredible people gathered in this room. That wee voice of self-doubt, what many call imposter syndrome, has haunted me for years, whispering that I didn't belong, that I wasn't good enough. But over time, I have learned to turn that whisper into fuel, into a driving force. It has pushed me to take risks, to build communities, and to become the person that I am today. As 2 Northern Irish natives, Guinea from County Down and me from County Armagh, it was a proud moment for us both earlier this year when we became American citizens. So tonight, Tonight, I would like to tell you the story of how someone like me, who comes from a tiny wee village called Darkley in County Armagh, I know there's someone over there from Katie who's probably the only person that knows where it is now standing before you in the magic of New York City, representing the finest of Irish American Wall Street talent in attendance here tonight. I grew up with a twin sister, Elizabeth, and our ma and da, Roisin, a former history teacher, and Frank, a former council worker, always encouraged us to work hard, do our best, and explore the world. My first insight to all that America had to offer was during my summers at University College Dublin, where I studied law with French law. I came out to work for several of the summers, played camogie and football in each of Cape Cod, Boston, and Chicago. The feeling of opportunity in America was tangible and addictive in a way I have never experienced before, and I knew that I needed to live it. After completing a master's at Cambridge University, I sat the New York bar and spent some time in Brussels at the European Commission and also an international law firm, Freshfields. Then, this month, 12 years ago, on the 1st of October 2013, I arrived in New York on a H-1B visa, and I began to work at international law firm Davis Polk & Wardwell, where I practiced antitrust law. Like many Irish immigrants, I came with a mix of hope, curiosity, and the knowledge that opportunity here could really change everything. While working in the law firm, I was receiving the greatest training to be a lawyer that I could imagine. I was working on matters that were the headlines of newspapers, but I knew that none of that really mattered unless I could be my authentic self and do what I enjoy most, bringing people together. So one of my first acts was to found the Liberty Gales Camogie Club in 2014. At that time, there had been no adult camogie team in New York for over 20 years, and I knew how vital an outlet that was for me, but also for others who grew up with the sport as a heartbeat of our culture, heritage, and lifestyle. It was definitely a small idea, but it became a community. Those training sessions of just 5 to 6 players soon became 2 teams of 30 players, which soon became several teams across the state to make a New York championship that is still proudly thriving a decade later. By creating this outlet for Irish sport, identity and connection, this early experience taught me that leadership is as much about creating spaces and communities where others can belong and grow as it is about pursuing personal goals. For years, I poured my energy into my work as a lawyer and my love for sport. But somewhere along the way, I realised that while I was driven by ambition, I didn't always know how to express it or how to embrace it. Part of that came from my severe imposter syndrome, as I mentioned earlier, my own hesitation to take up space. And part of it came from not having a forum where women, especially Irish and Irish American women, could openly talk about their ambitions and goals, share their inspiring stories, and support one another on the journey. So in February 2022, I decided to change that. Women with Ambition was born. Over the last 3.5 years, Women with Ambition has bridged that gap and flourished into a professional network of Irish and Irish American women spanning all industries and generations. Our mission is simple but powerful. While we pursue our individual goals, collectively we are creating a community that is redefining ambition together. I am very, very grateful to the brilliant team of Women with Ambition ambassadors, many of whom are here tonight, who help me daily to organise, strategise and grow Women with Ambition. The diversity of Women with Ambition's programming and events, which comprise anything from peer mentorship sessions, panels and workshops, our Female Founder Expo, our Golf Society and more, reflect a purpose that is deeply personal to me. In addition to enhancing confidence and uplifting each other, a core value of Women with Ambition is providing opportunities for women to meet new people, learn novel subjects, and engage in discussions that open their eyes to enriching paths that they may not have ever considered before. It is this guiding principle of Women with Ambition that has led me here to you this evening. New people, new opportunities, and new perspectives. This has steered me to care deeply about several key issues, and I would like to highlight 3 for you this evening. The first pertains to the importance of women empowerment and allyship. In all the industries I have worked, legal, finance, technology, and I know it is the same for many others, women have historically been held back, sometimes overtly and sometimes subtly. It is our combined responsibility to change that narrative. As leaders and allies, you are aware of the silent obstacles that women face as they look to soar to positions of leadership. Sometimes it is lack of confidence, sometimes it is caregiving responsibilities, sometimes it is underrepresentation in their environment. However, we know that these barriers are not permanent walls, they are invitations to build something better. I encourage you to continue uplifting and partnering with the women in your networks to create opportunities and environments in which they can thrive. As I noted, Women with Ambition proudly works to elevate Irish and Irish American women and celebrate their ambition and success here in New York. I am also proud to be the Global Ambassador of Awaken Angels, which is the first women-led angel investing syndicate across the island of Ireland with the aim of democratising angel investing for women. Along with my fellow ambassador, Miriam Pearce, who is down there here this evening, Awaken Angels works to make angel investing accessible, affordable and educational. This leads me to the second issue I'd like to highlight, the importance of diaspora engagement. Being Irish in America is both a privilege and a responsibility. For generations, Irish immigrants have worked to establish a support network that has proven invaluable to all of us who followed. Our ability to be authentic, celebrate our Irish culture and identity, and feel really truly immersed in a place that is quite far away from home is something that I never take for granted. The infrastructure that we are so fortunate to have in education and opportunity and community has opened doors that previous generations could only dream of. Now, with the power of technology, the ease of global travel, and the immediacy of connection, I believe it is time for us to fully embrace the strength of the Irish diaspora and help shape a new Irish-American era, one that gives back to Ireland and Northern Ireland through purpose, partnership, and pride. My experience this past year as a fellow for the Centre for Peace and Democracy in Northern Ireland reminded me that the peace we enjoy there is nothing short of a modern-day miracle. Yet peace is not a finish line, it's a foundation. There is still so much to be done to strengthen the region's career opportunities, infrastructure, and socio-economic confidence. The fellowship deepened my understanding of what the North needs to thrive, and it also revealed something powerful, a gap and a tremendous opportunity for the Irish and Northern Irish diaspora here in New York and across the United States to play a pivotal role. This is something I am deeply committed to exploring, and I invite all of you to join me. By connecting the strength of our diaspora, our expertise, our networks, our mentorship, and our investment, we can help shape the next chapter of Northern Ireland's story towards peace and prosperity. Which brings me to my third and final theme for this evening: the importance of networking and community. If my 12 years in New York have taught me anything, it is that our communities, professional, cultural, sport, and social, sustain us, nurture us, and empower us. In addition to Women with Ambition, I serve as co-chair of the New York Young Partners Board for the Irish-American Partnership, which provides a crucial network for young professionals to connect, collaborate, and learn about the importance of philanthropy. Earlier this month, as a member of the steering committee for the Morrison Legacy Foundation's inaugural Gala, I saw firsthand the incredible impact of connecting the network of Bruce Morrison visa holders, reigniting old friendships, building new ones, and celebrating the remarkable 30-year legacy of that visa programme. Congratulations to Loretta Neal and Liam Brennan, who spearheaded such a meaningful initiative. So whether it is through sports, volunteer initiatives, or professional networks, community remains at the heart of our Irish-American values. Our authenticity, our support for each other, and our shared heritage gives us strength and purpose. Which brings me to another key network that unites us all, one that each of us benefits from simply by being here tonight. The Irish-American magazine and the Wall Street 50 have created something truly remarkable, a community that celebrates achievement, strengthens connection, and carries forward the proud legacy of the Irish in America. This is my third year on the Wall Street 50 list, and in that time, I have met so many extraordinary people and had countless opportunities, all thanks to the platform and network that Irish American Magazine has built. As I touched on, this month marks 40 years of the Irish American Magazine and 28 years of the Wall Street 50. Milestones that speak to the extraordinary vision, commitment, and passion. Congratulations to Patricia and Neil on this incredible feat and journey. What you have built has likely evolved into something far beyond you first imagined in 1985. It has touched countless lives, strengthened our sense of identity, and created a lasting bridge between Ireland and America. So on behalf of everyone here tonight, let us raise a glass to Patricia and Neil. We are deeply grateful. Thank you. Cheers. As for me, after quite a few years practicing law, I took a leap into technology at the beginning of this year. It was both daunting and exhilarating. A reminder that growth often begins the moment we step outside what feels safe. I am now 3 years into my journey as Executive Director at Morgan Stanley, proud to be part of a firm celebrating its own 90-year legacy of innovation, integrity, and excellence. The move from law to technology has reminded me that careers are not linear. They are chapters of curiosity, courage, and constant reinvention. And it's that spirit of continuous learning and purposeful ambition that keeps me inspired for what's ahead. So in closing, being here tonight in this beautiful room, surrounded by friends or soon-to-be friends, it fills me with deep joy and gratitude. Thank you and congratulations once again to Irish American Magazine for 40 years of connection and legacy, to the Wall Street 50 for 28 years of leadership and inspiration, and to you, the 2025 honorees. Your achievements remind us what determination and perseverance can accomplish. But the story is far from over. The next chapter belongs to us, to this generation of Irish and Irish Americans who understand That success is not measured by titles or transactions, but by the impact we make on others. My hope is that we will continue to use our voices, our expertise, and our networks to open doors for women in our industries, for communities across Ireland and Northern Ireland through greater diaspora engagement, and for those who follow in our footsteps. Which brings me back to where I started. Ambition brought us to this room, but purpose will decide what we do next. Thank you. Enjoy your evening.